Hey guys, it is day 21 of my 31 days of Fright. And what's today's movie? Well, today's movie is a classic. We're going to talk about The Invisible Man. No, not that one. Not that piece of shit. No, we're going to talk about the original 1933 Universal classic. You know what? Like, I always try to do one of these Universal movies like once a year, like at least one, just to show my appreciation, to show how far we actually went along. And The Invisible Man is personally my second favorite of the Universal monster movies. Yeah, and this one also stars Gloria Stewart in one of her first roles.
Huh? Who's that? What? I'd fuck her.
Oh, yeah, I'm talking to a millennial audience. How would I best describe her? Oh, she's Rose from Titanic.
Oh, I didn't know that. You're so smart, Hayden. I'd fuck her still.
Fucking weirdos. Anyway, let's get into this. This is Invisible Man.
I'm just gonna be straight up and just keep this review just short and sweet and simple because any horror fan has seen this movie in the past. Why should I talk about it? I just want to talk about it a little bit just to acknowledge its existence. Say I did watch it for my review. And if you haven't seen this movie, which shame on you if you haven't, here's the plot. The plot basically evolves around this guy that basically made a serum that turns himself invisible. Pretty simple stuff. I mean, it's from the 1940s, what do you expect? But the thing is, it works too well, and he cannot go back to being visible. So he's trying to make a serum that would make him go back to being visible. But the thing is, the chemicals that he used to make himself invisible apparently makes the person crazy. So he starts to go on these like murderous rampages. Well, I shouldn't say murderous. He just kind of does stupid jokes here and there, like throwing stuff, walking around, just hitting people in the nuts. Just, stuff you would normally do when you're invisible. At least you would think.
Here we go gathering nuts in May, nuts in May, nuts in May. Here we go gathering nuts in May on a cold and frosty morning. Whoops!
In the middle of this movie, we have another doctor, well, two of them actually, and her daughter, which basically is our romantic interest, who is played by Gloria Stewart. And as the film goes on, he just starts getting crazier and crazier, and he basically forces his other doctor buddy to help him out. But obviously, he's scared shitless, and he calls the cops to get him out of there. So do you know how they end up getting this guy? They end up doing a fucking chain gang, like holding hands together to trap him in there. But obviously that doesn't work, and he gets off. Yeah, and how they really do find him is that he was sleeping in a barn, and the guy who owns the barn heard him snoring.
Excuse me, sir. There's breathing in my barn.
He calls the cops, they set the barn on fire, and he comes out, they shoot the guy. What a way to go.
Well, like I said, I was like, keep it short and sweet, because I really want to encourage you guys just to watch it. I mean, it's a classic. If you're a fan of horror movies, you should have seen it by now. But if you haven't, you definitely check it out. I know it's not like the most well-known, or well, kinda. It's like more of like the B plus categories, or like the very low of like the A's. He's not like the big like Dracula, Wolfman, Mummy, but he still deserves to be watched. Still pretty good. So that completes day 21 of my 31 days of Fright. So what's tomorrow's movie, Hayden? Well, you gotta wait and find out. And until then, have a good one, and I'll see you tomorrow.